America's main worry was realized when in 2017, under Fatou Bensouda, the ICC wanted to look into war crimes committed in Afghanistan from 2003. So this investigation would include crimes committed by the Taliban, the Afghan government, and international forces, which would include US troops. The US reacted by launching visa restrictions against ICC staff, saying that this was an unjust investigation and prosecution by an international court. A pretty explosive report came out over the weekend by journalists working at The Guardian, Plus 972 Mag, and Local Call, which revealed Israel's 9-year war on the International Criminal Court, in which the former head of Mossad, Israel's foreign intelligence agency, allegedly threatened the chief prosecutor of the court in a series of secret meetings in which he tried to pressure her into abandoning the investigation into war crimes committed in Palestine. So according to these reports, the head of Mossad allegedly said to the former chief prosecutor, Fatou Bensouda, "You should help us and let us take care of you. You don't want to be getting into things that could compromise your security or that of your family." She reportedly felt even more threatened because of the limited protection she had given her Ghanaian nationality. One source said to journalists that with Bensouda, she's black and African, so who cares? Israeli intelligence has since tried to do the same to the current prosecutor, Karim Khan, but to no avail. He went ahead and applied for arrest warrants anyway. These allegations are new but unsurprising. They are consistent with a campaign of intimidation against the court by Israel and America. A few weeks after the International Criminal Court was created in 2002, the US Congress, under President Bush, passed the American Service Providers Act, which has come to be known as the Hague Invasion Act. This law allows the US to use military force to liberate any American or citizen of a US allied country which is held by the court located in The Hague. Now, this act is largely symbolic in nature. The Netherlands is an ally of the US, and any invasion would be a breach of international law and an act of aggression. But what does it symbolize? It symbolizes that the court better watch out if it is to try to hold America or any of America's allies to account. This anti-ICC posture, of course, ends when they go after a country America dislikes or doesn't really care about. The US did support the trial of suspected war criminals in Darfur, and it called the arrest warrant against Putin for war crimes in Ukraine justified. The US has also negotiated bilateral immunity agreements with 101 states so that they agree they will never deliver or help to try American troops at The Hague. And if states refuse, they threaten to suspend military aid and other forms of assistance to them. So Mexico ran afoul of this when it said it wouldn't sign one of these agreements, and they were cut off from aid for some criminal justice reform programs by the US. America's main worry was realized when in 2017, under Fatou Bensouda, the ICC wanted to look into war crimes committed in Afghanistan from 2003. So this investigation would include crimes committed by the Taliban, the Afghan government, and international forces, which would include US troops. The US reacted by launching visa restrictions against ICC staff, saying that this was an unjust investigation and prosecution by an international court. The current ICC Prosecutor Karim Khan, when he came into office, decided to deprioritize American crimes in his Afghanistan investigation, which essentially means that US troops are off the hook for the crimes they committed in CIA detention centers in the country. So while he is being lionized now for the arrest warrants he's applied for against Israeli and Hamas leaders, my pom-poms are a bit smaller owing to what he did in that situation. But now, to be fair, we know the level of intimidation and threats him and the former prosecutor were under, so credit must be given where it's due. Opening up the Palestine investigation in the first place by Fatou Bensouda, but also now applying for arrest warrants against Israeli leaders by Karim Khan is something which should be celebrated and supported.